Okay, so I'm so excited. I already did my hair, which you guys know I never do my hair. So, surprise. I'm just going to kind of pin it back with these things and, ooh, look how cute. Got my lunch, my shake. I spilled half of it, so that was cool. Okay, so I'm going to use a couple new products today. The first one is from Cetaphil. So it is the Hydrating Eye Gel Cream. This morning I was actually just reading some news on my phone and I read a whole article about how amazing this is. So it is filled with hyaluronic acid, which is really, really good because it plumps up your skin, makes you nice and awake. This is supposed to be really good for people with tired eyes or, you know, if you didn't get enough sleep, baggy eyes, that kind of thing. So it deeply hydrates the delicate skin around the eye, designed to brighten and smooth. So I'm going to give this a try. You guys know I normally use this guy, which is also a gel, which is why it works so well under foundation, because it hydrates. That one's got caffeine in it, but this one is apparently the same kind of formula, and it's got hyaluronic acid. So I'm going to use about that much. Rub this in under my eyes. So you guys know that I redid my whole beauty studio, which is why I'm kind of messing around with the angle of my camera, constantly moving it because this chair is a lot lower than my other chair. So how do you feel about this angle? Let me know. I like this. It's a little bit definitely thicker than my L'Oreal one, but I like it. So let's see how it performs, right? I'm going to keep it in the box in the receipt just in case, but I do like to try this stuff. You got to try it for at least a couple weeks before you can make a full decision on it. Okay, and then the star of the show today is going to be this from Revlon. This I found on a new display. So this is their Revlon Color Stay Full Coverage Foundation. It is matte. It's 24 hours. It says that it's full coverage foundation, no caking or fading. It's lightweight and it blends seamlessly. I'll list how many colors there are over here. I've, personally never found a Revlon product that I love. They're also kind of pricey, for the drugstore. Revlon has decided they're going to be, like on the pricier side. So let me just throw all of my hair back. I am a beauty sponge girl, so I'll be putting this on with this. Oh my god, I haven't even primed. What is going on here? Okay, so I'm going to use my L'Oreal Magic Lumi on the outsides of my face. I'm going to go with a mixture of these two for Makeup Forever. I have the smoothing one and the mattifying one. I always do a mix of these because I don't like either of them necessarily on their own. And let me tell you something, if you just use this guy, you need to be so careful about how you blend it out and blend it in because you will have really streaky, dry patches. So that's why I don't use this on its own. I always mix it. Alright, so we are all primed now. I'm going to go in with the foundation. So I'm just going to put some of it on the back of my hand here. Ooh, it's fluffy. It's kind of like a thicker, fluffy, kind of like a mousse almost. And it might be a little light, but you know what? I'm going to work with it. So I'm just going to go on in. It's definitely a thicker foundation. So let's see here. There's no smell to it. That's a plus in my book. It looks much fuller coverage on camera than it does in person, but the coverage is nice. It's not as instantly full coverage as this guy. This guy is the best. This is from Maybelline. That's the best drugstore full coverage foundation so far, so we'll see how this one stands up to it, but just right off the bat, it's definitely not as full coverage as my Maybelline one, but it is blending very nicely. The color seems like a really good match for me as well. Again, I'm kind of shocked about that because normally stuff in the 200s are pretty dark, and this one is not. Definitely going to need to layer it up in some areas because it's nowhere near as full coverage as I would expect it to be. And so like my acne here is kind of peeking through. Ooh, it looks a little white on camera. I wonder if it's got flashback. I mean, I almost used that whole amount. There's still a pretty good clump right there that I did not use. But this is the foundation on. I feel like it's totally emphasizing all of my pores. I feel like you can see every single pore in my skin, especially right here. It just looks like just a bunch of holes. It's so gross. So I'm not enjoying that. It's definitely not as full coverage as I would have expected it to be. It's not covering everything, and I don't like how it's sitting on my skin whatsoever right now. So that's never fun. But you know what? I'm still going to work with it. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face. I'll do that all off camera. I will come back on. I will talk to you about how other products went on, and then I'll do some check-ins throughout the day so that we can see if this is as long wearing as it claims, with that whole 24-hour lasting foundation claim. So yeah, let me go ahead and just finish up the rest of my face and I'll be right on back. Alright guys, so this is everything on. This is definitely a different look for me, right? I got this in the mail. This is from a new makeup line that I found on Instagram, and it's called Pretty Face. It's really cute. I believe the woman's name is T, so it's Pretty Face, you know? And I got the color Blazing, which is this really gorgeous, intense, like reddish orange, and I really wanted to give it a try. So this is what the color looks like, and I did layer it up with this color from Maybelline. It's their Electric Orange, and this is what it looks like. So I've got those two mixed together on my lips for this really pretty look. I know it's not quite perfect. I need to fix it up, but my baby's sleeping and I know he's gonna wake up any second, so I wanted to get this review going. I will link her Instagram down below if you guys are interested at all in seeing the other colors she has. So the lipstick is a smudge-proof, waterproof, kiss-proof, all-day matte, and you can start shopping them on May 1st. So let's go on with the foundation. Now that everything is on, I feel much better about how it looks. I think that I've definitely got a nice full coverage face going on. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel sticky, but it feels like something is on my face, so it's not you know, super lightweight kind of a foundation. Everything layered on top of this beautifully. Nothing came off when I put on powders or concealer or blush, bronzer, anything. Oh, I just got my brows done, that's why they look so good, thank you. So yeah, I also, okay, I've got to say that this under eye cream, I'm loving it so much right now. So I don't have really any creasing under my eyes. It's very, very similar, if not less creasing than I get with my L'Oreal. So I will continue to use this and update you as we go. Right now, absolutely loving it, and I'm going to keep using it. This, I think I could have gotten a darker shade. I do feel a little bit white. Everything kind of flows nicely, but I think that if I had gotten a darker shade, I wouldn't look so, I just feel very kind of a little bit ghostly. But again, I was able to layer everything on top of this beautifully. You still can see some of the texture and stuff. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like you can see a lot of my pores. So up close, it doesn't look quite as good as it does from a distance. So keep that in mind. It looks great on camera though. I will go ahead and try to photograph myself with this and make sure there's no flashback and all of that. And I will give you an update on how that goes later on tonight. Right now, it is about 1:30 in the afternoon, so I will update you guys before I go to bed, before I wash this off, and we will just kind of see what's going on. I will say, though, it has not clumped or creased around my nose, which is awesome, but it is sitting on my nose a little bit funny. I wonder wonder if I can get in here. Hello. It's difficult for me to see because my ring light. I hope I'm in focus. So this is, hopefully you can see, you know, got the pores showing. I think it looks fine. I think it's good. I would use this again right now. The main thing is how long you're gonna last, you know? So anyways, I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so it is about midnight right now. I wanted to do my last check-in. I was out for quite a few hours in the cold, in the wind. My husband and I went for drinks at a really cool bar. It's like Prohibition style era. And I wanted to just do one last check-in, so here it is. I think that this foundation has lasted a pretty good amount of time. My biggest complaint is that the color is totally off. It is way too white for me. Even my husband was making comments like, I don't know what you did today, but I don't like it. Also, this foundation has a ton of flashback. So I'll insert a picture before I'll insert it again. It's a really terrible picture, but it definitely does have flashback. So you want to make sure that you're making sure that you get a color that is matched to your skin. You might have to go up quite a few shades, A and B. Don't take flash photography with this foundation. That's kind of like the downsides of it, but honestly, it has lasted so well. It is a matte foundation that stays matte. I did not have to touch up much at all throughout the day. I did not get oily. It is a mousse type of foundation, but it sinks into the skin and it lasts all day long. So all in all, I think this is a really good foundation as long as you make sure that you get your correct color. I used a beauty sponge and it worked very well for me. Let me know if you use a brush with it. Does it work as well? Does it work as long? You know, that kind of stuff. And that's going to be, you know, the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!